Hey guys, I am IzDaisho, and I am here with a gameplay commentary of Call of Duty Black Ops. This game is a decent enough game that I thought was kind of entertaining for the majority. I mean, there's some portions of it where it gets kind of boring, but the majority of the game is actually really objectively played, and I managed to get my kill streaks, and it was just a pretty good game. It wasn't like, obviously, it's not a Hutch kind of game, but it was still really fun to play, and afterwards I'm just like, you know what, this was a really good game, I should upload this game. So I am uploading it right now. But basically it's a headquarters game on Crisis. Crisis is one of my least favorite maps, and I was really surprised that I actually did alright. At points it gets really campy, but it's because I'm playing for the objective. I'm not gonna rush away from the headquarters after we've capped it. I'm gonna pretty much just wait for them to come to me, because if I try to go out, then I don't know exactly where they're spawning. If my entire team is just on the headquarters... Oh, and there was a nice little triple kill, I believe, and I almost got a quad, but I didn't see the last guy, which is kind of sad. But it's always fun to tack insert right outside the headquarters, and then jump inside and try to pick up some kills after they destroy it, because they're all like rushing out and they're like looking for the new headquarters and stuff like that. But anyway, I don't know. I didn't really want to spend the entire time talking about the gameplay, so I'm gonna. Oh, as I was saying about spawns. So if people are all hovered around the headquarters your entire team, then you don't know exactly where the enemy team is gonna spawn. They won't necessarily spawn all the way on the other side of the map. So if you run outside, then you can easily just get destroyed by people. So there I was trying to shoot the claymore and somebody shot me in the side. I thought they had stopped spawning there because I think we had a spy plane up, but it was a ghost. So it wasn't really my fault, that death, but it wasn't like I don't know, whatever. So I mean, you guys can see I'm pushing really hard for the objective. I'm just like sprinting in here, throwing my gas, just looking around, trying to pwn some noobs, you know, the usual, trying to cap this entire flag by myself. I do have a couple of teammates supporting me, but it's still, like, it's pretty impressive that I capped at, like, 3/4 of it was by myself, and then towards the end I got a couple more teammates on it to help me out. But, anyway, I didn't want to spend the whole time on the gameplay, even though I'm 2.5 minutes in already. I wanted to give you guys a couple updates, so I had my presentation this morning, and that went alright. It definitely went a lot better than my previous presentation, but unfortunately I did make a couple of errors. For instance, I skipped one of the bullet points I wanted to talk about, and it wasn't such a big deal, and it was kind of obvious, but ideally I would have liked to mention everything that I had on my PowerPoint slide, so that kind of stunk. But other than that, it was decent. I did decently enough, and I'm happy enough with how I did, not upset at all. So then there is... so the other thing I wanted to talk about was, I mean, I was going to do this commentary about an hour and a half ago, and I was going to say how much work I had to do. I have like 2 papers, a quiz, and a couple of homework assignments due by Friday. But since then, I decided before I start this commentary, I'm actually going to do a paper, and that's what I did. I wrote a paper in an hour and a half, and it worked out really well. It's a pretty decent paper, and I'm happy with it. So it turns out that I don't have that much to do. All I have to do is that homework assignment. I want to do that today, study for the quiz, and then all I have to do tomorrow night is one more paper, and I should be alright. So I no longer have so much work to do that I can't even commentate. So that's always nice to actually accomplish something. I don't know. It feels really good. And yeah, so the main topic that I wanted to discuss, which I figured I would have a long time, and I guess I still do since this is a pretty long gameplay. So I wanted to... that was such a fail. Sorry, guys. I mean, like, I just did not see that guy somehow. But anyway, the main topic that I wanted to discuss was success on YouTube. And success on YouTube is a really cool thing. Especially, I mean, me being a commentator, especially I know that I'm a very small commentator, but I'm going to talk about that later. So, basically, when I started this, there was barely anybody who had like a steady job, and nobody was really like, yeah, this is my main source of income is YouTube. But that was about a year and a few months ago, I guess. I don't know. But soon after that, Hutch got a job with Machinima, and that was really the first thing where I'm like to my parents, hey guys, this is actually a real thing or whatever. And like, if somebody can actually get a legitimate job, I mean, I'm not saying it's the super highest paying job in the world, but he's having fun with it, and he got a job based on posting Call of Duty videos on the internet, and I just find that to be amazing. And it's so cool that a hobby like that can actually get you a job. Like, where else do you see that? I mean, maybe the sports industry or music industry are the only really two things that I can think of where some sort of hobby will be able to get you a job. And in this case, you don't even have to, like, it's just so cool that all he had to do was post videos, be really good at it, be a really good personality, and he was able to actually get a job out of it. So that was really the first success on YouTube. And then I'm just going to go through a couple of more people and how I reacted to when they got their success. So next person I'm going to talk about is G-Unit. And I don't know how much money he made off those fake nukes, but because obviously we don't know how much people make for their machinima money or whatever. But I remember thinking, if this guy made $1,000 just posting a couple of fake nukes, all the power to him. That is amazing that a 15-year-old was able to just make a bunch of money by posting a couple of fake videos, and I just thought that was really cool. So that's just the next thing I want to talk about, success on YouTube. Something I wanted to mention before I actually spoke about Hutch was Machinima. So when I first saw Machinima, I saw that they were some sort of company, and I didn't really know exactly what they did, and I thought it was just like a really small company that just posted a couple of YouTube videos every few days, and it really became apparent to me that they're a legitimate company. They're really big. It's actually a real company, and they have, like, I remember seeing like over 70 employees. I could just be making that number up, but that's like a real company, guys. It's no small thing. It's like a legitimate deal, and the fact that that they have to do with gaming is pretty cool. So I guess the next commentator I want to talk about would be C-Nanners. When he got the job at Machinima, it shows that, like, it wasn't just an isolated, alright, we need one guy, we'll get Hutch, then we're done. It shows that if you are really, really successful on YouTube, Machinima is the first thing. Maybe there's going to be more companies that are hiring YouTube commentators, stuff like that, but I mean, one is just a could be just a coincidence, but 2 already shows some sort of pattern. Then they hired Optic J, and like, I don't even remember. I don't follow the other people who they hired, but I know that they've hired at least a couple more YouTube directors as full-time employees. So I mean, it's just a really cool thing. The next person who I wanted to discuss was Wings of Redemption and White Boy 7th Street, since they pretty much fall into the same category in my opinion, in that this is their sole source of income. I mean, I know White Boy has some different issues based on his family situation, but I don't really, he says he has food stamps, so I don't really know exactly his financial situation, but I know that this is his only source, or his main source of income, and he's pretty much able to live off of YouTube. And the same is true with Wings. He has made this his full-time job. I don't really know how much he's enjoying it, and now that he's no longer, now that he's doing it for a living, I don't think he's liking it as much as he used to. He always complains about Black Ops and stuff like that. I don't know. This was actually a really cool part of the gameplay. I'm gonna just bring attention. I have literally 0 bullets, 0 ammo in my guns, and there was nothing I can do. But I protected that headquarters as well as best I could. Anyway, Woody doesn't. Okay, so then the reason I'm making this commentary now is because of Dr. Disrespect. Obviously, if you don't know, he got the community manager position at Sledgehammer Games, which is the company that most of the Infinity Ward workers went to after they left Infinity Ward. I don't know why, but whatever. So they just went to this company, and their new community manager is Dr. Disrespect. So a lot of people are saying, oh, Woody should have gotten the job, but as Woody mentioned multiple times, by the time he even applied, they had already pretty much been done looking at resumes and stuff, and it wasn't like he was never really considered for the position, is pretty much all I'm trying to say. And that you shouldn't be like hating on Dr. Disrespect. You just flank the shit out of these guys. But anyway, I mean, that's pretty much all I wanted to discuss. I guess I was going to mention Woody in that he mentioned that he was setting up a trust fund for his son who has some disabilities, and I think that's another amazing thing that's come out of YouTube. And just that it's really cool that this kind of hobby has really become an industry where people who are successful on YouTube can be successful in real life. And anyway, final score was 41-10 with a bunch of caps in defense. I can't really read it for some reason, I don't know why. But I hope you enjoyed this video and this commentary. If you did, give it a like, sub, whatever you want to do. Have a nice day. Bye.